Hello guys, today I'm gonna show you how to make a crazy Rawstyle kick with Serum. I started out with just making some stuff with Serum, just take a random wave shape that sounds a bit more towards the sub, and then you take another one that's more like breezy, like really weird stuff. Just put down the level. I use FM from me, don't do it too much because it will sound bad. Make sure both the random knobs are turned down. Then next what I did was added an LFO that's just, it's like the part of the punch you actually hear. And I put that on the level of oscillator A, not oscillator B because it's only for the sound. And then I routed it to a sub as well. Then another LFO that added the transient, like the extra clicky sound, and I put it through a really weird filter, and just tweak it until you found something that's nice with the punch. I start with hyper just to add some stereo. Then I distort it like full on distortion, like this is it without distortion, and with distortion. It just, it makes everything go crazy, and then I added the compression, just boost the gain a bit so it isn't too quiet. And then I have this punch, but I rendered it, and then you get this this sound. I just put it through some effects, started with some EQ to boost the frequencies that are like the body of the kick, and then removed some lows, added some highs, and then through a wave shaper. It's a really weird shape, but I don't know, if I put it up here, it just works. Then another EQ just to cut out the sub frequencies. Then a camel crusher, just for some extra distortion. It's just reddish cleaner. I tweaked up some settings. Then some OTT for a little bit of compression, but just not too much. Make sure you put both at 20 and just turn down the lows fully. And lastly, another EQ that removes the low frequencies. And it's the difference without and with. Then I rendered it again, and I got this. I just cut it up because you don't want this long end, because you can hear it's really weird with the stereo. So I just cut it there. If you put it on a half step, you have 8 steps, and you just put it at 3 steps with maybe a bit of bleeding into the 4th step. I start with some EQ, just boosting the body again and some highs. Then another distortion. It's really a weird shape again, but it works. Then some OTT, again 20-20, removes the lows, just to emphasize the punch a bit. And another EQ just to remove the lows and boost some highs. Again, you can hear it without effects and with effects. And removed this click sound at the beginning because we're gonna work on it later. I put it just through some EQ, removing some harsh frequencies, boosting a bit of noise, and removing sub. Then an OTT, again 20, this time it's 40, and remove the lows. Then an inflator. If you have the real inflator, I use that because it's better, but just boosting some stuff without distorting it. And then a soft clipper, so it doesn't go through the roof. Again, without effects and with effects. Then what's really important is that you have a reverb. I have this reverb. It's really weird, a lot of wet, but make sure you have the size not at 50% and the separation a bit separated. Then you render it and you get a sound similar to this. And then just cut it up so it's only the last 4 steps. Then put it through some EQ, removing here it's a harsh frequency, I removed it, and the lows I removed it. Camel crusher, just crushing it up. Make sure it isn't too loud because it's not gonna sound nice. And then we have this. Then I routed the render of the punch through another channel, make sure it's both channels, master and the punch reverb channel. Yeah, just putting some reverb, this is my settings for it, and just automating the wet. And with the wet I make this automation, and when I turn this off you get this. Yeah, just for the second part, if you want that kind of clap-long feeling, you just need to make it to double, like 2-2-2-2. And I did it with both the reverbs, one distorted and one just clean. And if they mix, you get this sound. And then for the next part, I took a hi-hat because I wanted a transient. And I just put a lot of distortion. And you get this hi-hat. And then I rendered it. And I got this, I just cut it up a bit. And make sure it just bleeds nice with the punch. And I have this. And together with the punch it will do this. You have that really clicky. Yeah, you emphasize the click a bit in the kick. Because if you don't, you just have a soft sounding kick. And then with the reverb and the other reverb you got this. Then what I did is take an EDM kick. It's just a normal sample. I routed it to the mixer, removed all the high frequencies so you only have the sub and a bit of bass. And what's important is that you remove the click at the begin. And yeah, then I made this shape so it's like, it's just, because you have the transient with the lows, it will sound really nice together with the punch. This is without, and this is with. And next up is just a tail. It's a tail I made with some tutorials online. You can search it up, or I'll make it in the future. Yeah, and I just put it through some EQ just to remove some, around 300 hertz. It's just, see, it's a lot of distorted noise. You don't want that. And then again, in the mid, just to make sure you got nice highs, nice lows, and then a small distortion. What I really like to do is just put it there, turn down the mix fully, and then just put it until I like it. And you don't want it to be really distorted, you don't want it to sound soft, so you just need to figure it out for yourself, how it's gonna sound nice. And altogether what we have now is this. And it's really starting to sound like a kick. I rendered it and I ended up with this. And I put it through a mixer channel that I found out for me works the best with my kicks. Starting with some EQ, removing that distorted noise kind of sounding like thing. And because you had the hi-hat, and just removing some harsh frequency that is left from the hi-hat and boosting a little bit of highs. Just to emphasize the punch a bit more in the kick. Then a distortion, a really soft distortion. I put it like, you have this box, I put it in this box. It just adds a little bit of distortion, and it sounds really nice. I then have an inflator that boosts just a little bit. A soft clipper that the threshold is fully open off. Then Parametric EQ 1. Just, you can use your scroll wheel, it's default, so you just put this one up, this one down, and you put this last one, you put it one up. And lastly, a soft clipper, no settings changed, just to stop it from going through the roof again. Just that. And then I put the reverb again that you rendered from the punch, and I layered it with the render, and it just boosts some high frequencies that you miss in the tail. And then I rendered it. And I got this. What I did is just add a soft clipper, because you can see here is where the kick stops, and the tail just goes a bit further now because of the reverb. Just put the soft clipper there, and then you have your final kick. Make sure you normalize it so it goes just to the top, and then you have this kick. That's all for today. I hope you guys liked this video. If you have any questions, leave them below.